Hello, and welcome to day 4 of 30 Days of Healing. And most importantly, if you are Canadian, let me wish you a very happy 150 years Canada Day. We had a really great day today going down to the Canada Day parade in our local neighborhood, as well as hanging out with my family for a nice relaxing afternoon. And it was interesting because in the back of my mind, of course, all day was, I wonder what the meditation is going to be. I wonder what I'm going to share today in the 30 Days of Healing. And I thought I was going to come to you live from my parents' backyard, which is covered in the most gorgeous rose bushes. But it was never quite enough for that to happen. So I'm back home now, and it's about 8 o'clock at night here in Canada, and ready to go ahead. Hey, Jennifer, awesome to have you with me again. That's a good coincidence. And welcome to everyone else who's live with us on the call too. So today, when thinking about what the angels wanted me to share, it's really cool how they're gonna give me little snippets and hints throughout the day. And Cara too. This is like perfect Aussie friend time. Good to have you both here, ladies. So I was sitting watching the Canada Day Parade, or waiting for it to start, more to the point, because they're running a bit late. And there was elderly people on both sides of me and children running around all in front of me. And the word that came to mind was community. And I went, okay, angels, where are you going with this? What's about community? And they were reminding me of the chapter of my book where I spoke about relationships, and not the breaking of relationships or the handiness of relationships, but rather the fact that in any time, any circumstance, when two people come together and have a discussion or interaction of some sort, that both people mutually benefit from that, no matter what it is. It's either something you learn, something that you grow, something that you feel, and it might not even be anything that you realize. It could just be an energetic exchange. And so as I was sitting there and they brought this thought to my mind, I was going, I wonder what I'm going to get out of the old lady beside me over here if I say hello. And I wonder what's going to happen if I engage in conversation with the mother with the little baby in front of me. And it was an interesting way to look at it, that is it going to be that it's just going to be companionship and community and that sense of belonging that we get from one another? Or if it was going to be something deeper, was this going to be that moment when we discovered something we had in common or made a new lifelong friend? Because we just don't know when those cool moments are going to happen. And what the angels were sharing with me, and for those of you that this concept sounds a bit familiar, I mentioned in my book, Good Little Church Girl Ascends is my book, and I reference a book by someone whose name I forget, Celestine Prophecy. I want to say James Canfield. I'm not sure if that's right though. And Celestine Prophecy pretty much deals with this premise throughout the whole book, of interactions with each person is mutually beneficial. And so in thinking this while sitting there, I was saying, well, what's new? Like, why are we talking about this now? And the guides were pointing out the fact of us being more excited for these opportunities, that if we're open to the fact that every interaction with another human being is mutually beneficial, and if we link that back to yesterday and the day before, where we talked about how June is a time of new beginning, and now we're in July 1st here in Canada. I know it's the 2nd there in Australia. We're at the beginning of a new part of the year, and they want us to think of this as a new beginning and letting go of the past and moving forward. And they said, relate that to this feeling of community, this feeling of every interaction being beneficial. What if we're excited about meeting new people, wondering what we can share with them or what they could share with us to change each other's lives for the better? And then relate that to what we spoke about, I believe it was yesterday, that was in Living Our Joy, about life being joyful. And if we think about that, then we know that each interaction we have is a positive experience, and we want to bring more joy to our life. So then we're going to be attracting joyful, happy people to be around us. And we're going to find what some people call our soul family or our soul tribe. And I think that's a really neat way of looking at it. But then they took it one step further as I was driving home. So now I know why I wasn't meant to record at my parents' place. As they were sharing with me as I was sitting there just dying to get home and to, be done being driving, although it was a gorgeous day, white snow-capped mountains, beautiful blue sky. Nature was showing off today. And they said the next step, taking that one step further, is what if we were excited that in meeting and talking to other people, that one of those people we talk to is going to be the one to help us take the next step into our soul purpose, that it could springboard us into our amazing new selves the second half of this year. For we're all on this kind of cusp of amazingness. We can all feel, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people I've spoken to have talked about this feeling of something big's going to change, or something big has to change. Like, I'm sick of the way it is and I'm ready for something big. Well, this something big that's going to happen has to do with these new people that we're coming across. A couple weeks ago, when the spirit guides first told me to do these 30 days and I kept putting it off because of my own issues of being seen and that type of thing. Yeah, Jen's saying, I absolutely feel it. Yes, it's this huge, something's going to happen, but I don't know what. A few weeks ago, both my husband and I heard them or got the message somehow a few times saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And we kept coming back to that. Like, in all our conversations, we're like, oh, I wonder if this is going to happen. And this has got to change in our life. We're not happy with this aspect. And then in my head, I'd hear, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And so that, this conversation started weeks ago. And now they've brought me to today, of that these new interactions that we're going to have. As we raise our vibration, we will release friends and we'll find new friends that are going to bring us to our next level of understanding about ourselves, about our soul purpose, about Mother Earth, about how we all interact together. And if this is the first time you're hearing anything about the whole vibration, you raising your vibration stuff or ascension process, do check out my book, because I talk a lot about it, a lot more about it there, or even on my website if you don't want to spend $5 on an awesome book. Thank you very much. You can go to RebeccaLFrench.com and read my blog posts, which also talk about vibrations and stuff like that, and changes and ascension and what it all means. So thank you for being here today. And it was awesome to have my Aussie girls online during this call. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to pop them down below and I will answer them later after this video goes live. And I really, really, really do appreciate those of you who have taken the time to respond to the videos and done the likes and the shares with other friends, so that other people can benefit from the message as well. Starting in a day or two, I hope to start uploading these to YouTube, so they'll be even easier for you to refer back to if you're having trouble finding them on my Facebook page. So you can even go over and hop over to Rebecca Louise French on YouTube and subscribe there, and you'll be notified when new ones come up. Thank you, Laurel. It was awesome to have you here as well. And thank you for all your beautiful comments on every video. That's meant a lot to me. It's good to have you here. You're very welcome, Jennifer. And have a good night to everyone in my hemisphere, and have a good day to everyone in the Aussie side of the hemisphere. Lots of love. Bye.